Bo, just asked Court about the Halloween party. How nice is it in the middle of, the season where you're all battling for playoffs and trying to win games to just be able to kind of let your hair down and hang out with not just your teammates, but their significant others and friends?
Yeah, it's good. It's good for team camaraderie. Nice to get away from football, get away from, the complex and the practice field and go hang out somewhere else. But, everybody took care of business, still have a lot in front of us, and keeping the main thing the main thing.
But what was it like to be on the field with a guy like Marcedes in his 20th NFL season?
It was pretty cool. He didn't look like he was playing, as that old of a veteran. But he's going to, I'm sure, help us out in different ways. Remember watching him growing up, so I'm excited to be teammates with him, actually sharing, locker buddies. So he's right next to me in the locker room, so I'm sure we'll get to know each other. And then, eventually when we on the field together, it'll be, nice knowing that he's got our back.
Well, what do you think was the single biggest thing that happened to the offense last week, now moving forward, that you can build on?
Well, I think it's just go back and proves that when we do well early in the drive and we get a few first downs and run the ball efficiently on drives, that we can turn those into points. And when you can run the ball, it's really important.
What stands out most about this defense?
I think just they fly around. They do a really good job of attacking the football, making tackles in space. There's a fast-flowing defense. They don't do a whole lot, but they do what they do really well, and they're very consistent at it. They have some key players that you definitely have to be aware of. Just good football players. They've done a really good job drafting, and they've built a good defense.
From a competitive standpoint, when you get to go against the best, the team that's ranked number one right now, does that bring a little something extra for the game?
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit more that we got to bring. We got to execute at a higher level. They're not going to give us much, so we have to literally go out there and be aggressive and, take the things that we're going to be able to get. But, they're one of the top defenses for a reason. They do a good job of limiting you to points, and they force some turnovers, and so we got to do a good job with the ball and move the chains and, create some longer drives and then score when we have the opportunity.
Bo, you got that first touchdown ball for Pat to make sure that he got it after just tossing it away. You've done that a couple of times now. Where does that awareness come from? Do you think of it going into the game, right after?
Usually, right when it hits, I knew that was Pat's first, so that was what I was thinking. And he dropped the ball, so I thought I could grab it for him. And usually the ball guys do a good job of grabbing it and giving it to our equipment guys, but it's just something about seeing the joy on their face when you hand them their first touchdown. They realize that it was their first, and they get to keep the football, and it's pretty cool to see the smiles on their faces. And I remember what it was like when I did mine for the first time. So it's awesome when you see a guy score in the NFL for the first time.
The oldest person that scored a touchdown in this game for the Broncos was 24 in this past game. What's it mean about all these young guys stepping up?
I think it just shows our depth. We have guys ready to roll. We have guys ready to break through. Our experienced guys are doing a really good job of leading those guys and getting them ready. And then those guys are, when they get their shot, they're making it work. But it also shows that our experienced guys are, doing a good job because they're, taking a lot of the attention, allowing other guys to get open. So I probably, expect that in the future, expect that in the next few games. And, it's good to see a younger guy, kind of find his way in this league, find his way in the offense, and continue to make plays. And we got a lot of young guys that are going to continue to do that.
We're seeing the production that JK is having on the field, but just his personality being so infectious in not only the locker room, but we see it. What has he brought to this group aside from the production that he brings on the field?
Just an edge. We're going to be a top offense. We're going to do the right things at practice. We're going to run a play over again if we, haven't done it right. And, he's just got those guys, playing hard for him. And he's running the ball really well. He's being a good job. He's out there helping, RJ with different things. He's being a great leader. And he's just putting his head down. He goes to work. He just, he plays really hard. I know I mentioned after the game, but he protects well. He protects for the pocket. He runs routes and catches the football out of the backfield. He runs the ball hard when he gets his chance. And so he's just, we always knew he was a complete back, but he's really showing that off right now.
Time for a few more for Bo.
Your numbers against the blitz are outstanding. So when you see a defense that may be bringing that heat, you kind of lick your chops in a way, say like, yeah, I dare you to blitz me.
Well, I didn't know that, but that's good. That's probably a sign of efficiency, but I think it's all about just the awareness, knowing, your hots, knowing your outlets, knowing how to protect yourself. Usually when they blitz, they're bringing one more and not having as many in coverage, so there's a few more windows out there. But also you got to have guys like myself that are finding windows, finding the alleys in the defense that are getting open, catching the ball, and then getting yards after the catch. So it's kind of a group thing. It's picking up the pressure. It's running good routes. It's catching it. It's completing passes, and it's good to work against the blitz. Maybe you'll teams won't blitz us as much, and then play more straight up coverage. But I think you go into a game and you probably get the same amount of pressures, and sometimes it's a little bit more, and it's just usually a flavor of the week, and different DCs do different things, but it's good that we've prepared well for the blitz and we're ready for it.
And it's a trust thing too with your guys. I mean, even the young cats like Pat Bryant, it seems like you really put a lot of trust in them.
Yeah, we do, because we go over details and we go over the things that we need, the expectations and everything. Everybody's on the same page. With these detail meetings, we just get together and we make sure we go through everything and everybody's locked in, and we go over there's one thing about, seeing a route on a picture, but then it's what if this happens, and what if you get this coverage, what if you get this movement. Talking it before it happens, usually it's crazy how you'll see it happen in a game and you react based off what you already talked about, and so it's just covering those things before they happen.
Oh,
Last one, Eric.
How much of C.J. Stroud did you see when he was a rookie, and did his success kind of make you think, hey, I can do this pretty early in my career as well?
Yeah, I watched him at Ohio State. He had a really good career. And then, obviously a rookie season, he played really well. I just remember him being and looking very calm, very patient, took what the defense gave him, moved around when he needed to, scrambled, had some runs, and just gave his guys chances and did a good job protecting the football and making explosive plays. And that's what you need to do as a quarterback. And, he was able to do that early, and he had a lot of expectations and, things going into the season that I thought he handled really well as a young guy. But I haven't met him, so I'm excited to meet him for the first time, talk with him. But it's fun to see guys like that who show up and they're ready to go, ready to play, and, go through some difficult times as well and get on the other side and have good seasons.